What's going on, everybody? It's Rock D Lee coming at you guys, giving you some of my feedback on Attack on Titan episode 76. Okay, we had an awesome episode. My man Eren was surrounded on all sides, 3 Titans. My man, for the most part, was holding his own against 2. That 3rd Titan came with the sniping shots and kind of gave my man a hard time, right? So, big takeaway I had in that episode, right, actually has to involve some of the fandom. I'm still dealing with some of these remarks. It's never going to go away. I get it, right? So the remarks are, I was appalled, guys. I was appalled by the absolute, let's see if I can show it to you guys, the absolute destruction that was happening to the people on Paradise Island. Just absolute destruction, right? See these homies right here? Gone. Just raining down bullets on these homies, right? My comment was, oh my gosh, what an absolute loss of life. And then people were like, I hope you, when one way or another, hypocrisy noted, because you didn't have that same energy when the people on, people in Marley were getting devastated by Eren and his attacks, right? And it's like, well, yeah, I didn't have that same energy because I am invested in Eren, and I am invested in the people on Paradise Island, and now Eren and the people on Paradise Island have factions, and I am invested in Eren's story. I actually want to describe what I mean by investment, okay? And I just want to insert this example too. When people say, keep that same energy when this happens. No, okay? This is why. All of us are like this, and all of us are hypocrites in some shape or form, okay? If you are in a grocery store with your mother, okay, and she gets slapped, you're going to be outraged, and I expect you to fight the stranger who slapped your mother. That's the energy you're going to have. If you saw a stranger get slapped, okay, you might be a little appalled, but I don't expect you to fight. I'd expect you to say something, speak up for that individual, be a good person, but I don't expect you to have the same energy as your mother getting slapped. So someone that you are invested in, or a group of people you are invested in, when you see travesty or atrocities happen to them, you are likelier to have a greater emotional response to someone that you are indifferent about or don't know. You can value human life, but none of us value all people the same. We don't. We have people we love, we have people that we just care about, and when bad things happen to them, someone's gonna make you cry, and the other person, the same bad thing happens, you're gonna be like, oh man, that's sad, I hope everything gets better, So all of us are like this on one scale or another. That's why I produce some videos like this. It's just really to open people's eyes as well and catch ourselves, because as much as people want me to grow, I'm like, well, I'm doing my part, but you can do your part too. And here's how. Anyways, let's continue. Investment really doesn't mean that I believe Eren is right or wrong. It's a fictional show that's written very well, that has a good way of pulling from your emotions. And I've been watching this homie for 3 seasons, obviously before season 4, and he's went through a lot of change. And when I first was really encountering Eren, I didn't really care for him as a character. He was very frustrating to me, okay? Very frustrating. I liked Mikasa, I liked Levi, and I liked Erwin, right? Those are generally the people I liked, right? Potato Girl, awesome. Hodge is awesome. Those other supporting characters who I thought were awesome. Season 4 starts, and this homie is just looking like a gangster. Just looking like a gangster. Trolling borderline. And then goes off and starts bodying people. So he finally became like an OG. He shedded that crying, that sadness, that, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And just, he doesn't even come off as angry anymore. His Titan looks angry, but he is composed. And that's what really made him a cool character to me. Now, in the real world, we persecute Eren. That's why I gotta remind people that this is fiction. And I guess people, when they are in fiction, they still wanna hold it like objective, as if it's real life. And that's cool. I'm just explaining how I perceive it, right? So it's fiction to me. So this is a one-time, You know, if I didn't have to worry about any consequences or X, Y, and Z, you know, if someone took out my mom and dad, you know, there's nuances. This is an innocent boy, a nice loving boy. Trauma happened to his family, and this is how he's shaped. At least from this point in the story, I'm an anime only. At least to this part of the story. The reason why I say this is because people like to overly hint, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess something serious is gonna happen that y'all know about, and because you know about it, you're watching me like, how could you feel this way? You don't even know what's about to happen. It's like, no, I don't. So, anyways, let's just chill. Let's just chill. Anyways, he's finally become, you know, what I consider a cool character. So I'm just having fun letting it ride out. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the series. Or the beginning of the episode. So now we got Reiner coming down. Hey, where are you, Reiner? Let's go to Reiner. He's in the airship. These people are trying to look at this. Look how gangster my boy is. They try. Hold on, let me just play this real quick. Come on, your Titan body. He's looking at him. He's like, nah. Look how gangster he is. Look how gangster he is. It's like, yo, come get it. Come get it. Look at all these people coming down for him. He's like, yo, come get it. And look. Cool, look, guys. All right, let me do this again. It's Reiner. Bring it on. There he is. So I was cheering against Reiner, and people were like, yo, Reiner's doing the same thing Eren did in the beginning of season 4. It's like, yeah, but I don't fucks with Reiner. You know, it don't really matter. Yeah, he's doing the same thing, but I want to, you know, that's Eren's boy, bro. This dude started off the franchise busting in. Fucked up all these people. So now it's back and forth, man. It's an endless cycle of war. Now, like I said, Eren is not necessarily in the right, but it's fun to root for him. If you're a Reiner fan, so be it. It's fun to root for him. In fact, I've grown with Reiner. When Reiner was first introduced, it was like, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You found out a little bit about what he stands for, or, you know, with him and Berthold, and I was like, oh, I hated him. Then we get to season 4, part 1, and I saw, you know, where he's coming from. I actually stopped hating him. I have no animosity towards Reiner. Zero. I just happen to root for Eren. But it's going to be sad seeing Reiner go, if he goes. It's going to be sad because, like I said, I no longer view him as a bad person when I first did, you know? I mean, him and Eren are the same. I don't care how you dice it. They both committed atrocities because Reiner, whole bunch of innocent people were taken out. But I guess it's how Reiner expresses himself as a man. You know, he's basically, you know, following orders, as Eren is acting more rogue. He's going against orders. He's doing things his own way. Eren is coming off a little more irresponsible in comparison to Reiner. At least when Reiner did his dirt, you know, he came in as a young kid. It was a young kid, Reiner, who did his dirt, grew up, and now we have more of a mature one. So he doesn't come off as, I don't want to say as an antagonist, because it's really hard to point labels on them. You can't really just say you're right and you're wrong. There's not a series to do that. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna complicate this. I'm just gonna let it ride and cheer. Anyways, I also said, so when my homies were getting bodied, right, by just this crazy gunfire, right? People were like, and I said, you know, what a waste of life. Okay, where are we? That's Pike stuff. Oh, I was like, what a waste of life. Okay. Again, people were, that was another comment where people were like, yeah, you don't have that same feelings for the waste of life on Marley. When I'm thinking that's a waste of life, guys, first of all, life is valuable because life is valuable, but these are trained soldiers, right? So I'm like, dang, the possibility of a counterattack is diminished from the Paradise side because these guys are getting killed and they haven't even taken anyone down. They're just getting massacred. So that's why it's funny, because sometimes even what I'm thinking is not necessarily what's being captured. What I'm thinking is, oh man, we're losing some homies. It's going to make it a lot harder for us to win or for us to make a counterattack because they're getting wasted, right? Because I'm going to say something. Like I said, I don't mean to diminish the value of life, right? But, you know, if you're in war, and from a mathematical point, you kill 3 people for every soldier you lose, right? you're more or less in a good position unless you're outnumbered by like 10, right? But you know, if it's an equal force, and for every soldier you lose, your soldiers are taking down 3 people. So you know, it's okay. It's okay. We still honor our lost lives. But if your soldiers are getting taken down and they're not taking anybody with them, like at all, it's like, dang, that's all I can say, because I don't want to diminish the value of life to just a mere mathematical formula. But this is a battle going on, and they're not taking anyone down, and I want them to, because I'm rooting for Paradise Island, okay? And even in that, as I get to rooting for Paradise Island, I have some problems, because there's people on Paradise Island that don't align with Aaron, and Aaron basically betrayed them, okay? So even as I'm rooting for Paradise Island, it's like I'm still rooting for Aaron, and that's why I'm like, oh, it's complicated, man. I don't know how you guys feel when you watch it, because it's just like, you don't root for a side, you can't root for a side, because Aaron's not necessarily in the wrong, Aaron's not necessarily in the right, or maybe he is in the wrong, all this stuff, and it's like, man, it's complicated. I'm actually back, guys. This video is actually gonna be edited. I usually do these in one shot, but the first time I talked about Aaron, when I said I'm for Paradise Island, but Aaron is kind of betraying the homies, apparently, right? Because he has them incarcerated. And I actually was stumped, because I was like, yeah, why am I all right with this? And like I said, guys, this is not a logical feeling. It's not about necessarily who's right or wrong. It's how I moved by the writing of the characters and what I naturally enjoy. So what it is you see these eyes on Aaron, right? You see how cool, calm, and collected he is. Like, as he seemingly betrayed, because he had his homies locked up. I don't view it as betrayal. I think he was trying to keep them out of his way so they're not hurt. But anyways, we'll see. It's how calculated he is. He's doing these things without malice, you know, as if he sees some type of higher purpose, whether we agree with it, whether we know what it is. It's just like, yo, I gotta do this, you know? So as he came in cool, calm, abs showing, just to drip, sometimes you gotta talk to the illustrators, not me. I fell for the swag. I feel like one of those cliche schoolgirls that fell for the bad boy, and then I get abused. Nope. I'm gonna edit that out. You know, one of those cliche schoolgirls that fall for, you know, the bad guy. You know, that's kind of me right now with Aaron. Like, yo, this guy, yo, some of his stuff, I feel it's kind of wrong, man. But in this story, yo, it's so interesting. Always remembering, guys, it's a fictional story. It's okay to dive deep into it and like it. Do any of you guys play MMO games? And like, does anyone like watch Overlord? You know, does anyone play an MMO game and they pick the bad faction or something like that, and it's just fun? Anyone play WWE and purposely made a faction that was bad, you know, or did an MMO and they did stealing to get negative points or whatever, or Grand Theft Auto, they went around causing carnage? Sometimes that's just fun to vicariously go through in fiction. And I reiterate, I think people in the fandom can stop like gatekeeping the right way to feel about a show. I think if you're fans of the show, there's only one right answer. Do you enjoy the series? Yes. Do you have to be mature in your processing of information? I don't really think so. It shouldn't really matter. Look at this, streaming on Funimation. All that matters is that we like it and we support it, you know? And if you like it for different reasons, just share it with each other. But I did find my comments to be better than the first part. First part was terrible. So I at least think how I started off my intro mentioning y'all gotta choose red notebook or blue notebook. Red notebook means I spit it. I tell you guys how I feel. Blue notebook means I just keep it kosher for you guys. I did think I had a better lunch, but you know, I had some people still say, you know, keep that same energy. I was like, no, I may not keep that same energy. I reserve the right to let my emotions go the way they want to go, you know? And let me also just say this is my last point, guys. If somebody were to slap the hell out of a random person at Publix or at a grocery store and you saw it happen, you'd be bothered. Like, oh man, that's crazy. I'm gonna put mind my business. But if you saw your mama, you know, picking up a cereal box and someone just smacked the hell out your mama, what you gonna do? Same slap. You're gonna feel a different type of way because you are emotionally invested in that person. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys aren't subscribed, now's a good time to do so. Our full reactions and full discussions are on our Patreon. Much love to you guys that support this channel. This is really a backup channel for your boy YaBoyRocklee, but I decided to add some extra content, especially if I have something that's on my mind. And that's it. Until next time, guys, I am out.